What's a story, amigos? This is Kino with some cool stories for today's story time.
In our first story, a little magic makes life more colorful for Winnie and her cat.
Now, Winnie could see Wilbur when he sat on a chair, when he lay on the carpet, when he crawled into the grass.
Join Ellen DeGeneres in a search for a lost parrot.
They searched in large cities and undeveloped countrysides.
Then Meshach Taylor reads about a young boy who leaves his best friend home when he starts school.
Eddie was very upset. So was Teddy.
And a book about the special relationship among three sisters.
I'm one of the three that likes the subway.
Major funding for Storytime is made possible by a grant from Helen and Peter Bing, so that families everywhere can share the joy of reading with their children. Additional funding is provided by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting. By the annual financial support from viewers like you. And by the National Endowment for Children's Educational Television.
Boom. Hi, Lucy.
Hi, Kino.
Oh, whoa. Hiya, Pete. How you doing? Boy, you are one beautiful bird. You're a rainbow with feathers.
Oh, that's pretty good. He really is kind of a rainbow with feathers, isn't he?
Yeah, there's blue and yellow and green and wow! You're drawing Pete's portrait.
Yes, I am. And you know, I was just about to add the rainbow, the colors.
You know what, Lucy?
What?
Every time I look at Pete, I get a happy feeling.
Well, sometimes colors can affect the way you feel, you know.
They can?
Oh, you bet. Well, look, this bright red is a happy color, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
And so's this yellow, and this blue, and this green.
Whoa! How'd you do that?
Well, sometimes you can make other colors out of other colors. And watch. I mixed the yellow with the blue and I got green. Now, if I mix a little blue with red, I get purple.
Whoa, cool. It's like magic.
It kind of is, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
And you know what you just did?
No, what?
You just reminded me of a story, a wonderful story that mixes color and magic.
Oh, I did? Oh, all right. Story.
All right. Look, why don't you read it, okay?
Okay.
It's called Winnie the Witch, and it's by Corky Paul and Valerie Thomas.
Okay. Winnie the Witch lived in a black house in the forest. The house was black on the outside and black on the inside. The carpets were black. The chairs were black. The bed was black, and it had black sheets and black blankets. Even the bath was black. Winnie lived in her black house with her cat, Wilbur. He was black, too. And that is how the trouble began. When Wilbur sat on a chair with his eyes open, Winnie could see him. She could see his eyes anyway. But when Wilbur closed his eyes and went to sleep, Winnie couldn't see him at all. So she sat on him. When Wilbur sat on the carpet with his eyes open, Winnie could see him. She could see his eyes anyway. But when Wilbur closed his eyes and went to sleep, Winnie couldn't see him at all. so she tripped over him. Oops. One day, after a nasty fall, Winnie decided something had to be done. She picked up her magic wand, waved it once, and abracadabra! Wilbur was a black cat no longer. He was bright green.
Oh!
Wow, a green cat. Weird. Now, when Wilbur slept on a chair, Winnie could see him. When Wilbur slept on the floor, Winnie could see him. And she could see him when he slept on the bed. But Wilbur was not allowed to sleep on the bed. So Winnie put him outside in the grass. When Wilbur sat outside in the grass, Winnie couldn't see him, even when his eyes were wide open. Winnie came hurrying outside, tripped over Wilbur, turned 3 somersaults, and fell into a rose bush. Youch! This time, Winnie was furious. She picked up her magic wand, waved it 5 times, and abracadabra! Wilbur had a red head, a yellow body, a pink tail, blue whiskers, and 4 purple legs. But his eyes were still green. Now Winnie could see Wilbur when he sat on a chair, when he lay on the carpet, when he crawled into the grass, and even when he climbed to the top of the tallest tree. Wilbur climbed to the top of the tallest tree to hide. He looked ridiculous, and he knew it. Even the birds laughed at him. Would you have laughed at him, Pete? Wilbur was miserable. He stayed at the top of the tree all day and all night. The next morning, Wilbur was still up in the tree. Winnie was worried. She loved Wilbur and hated him to be miserable. Then Winnie had an idea. She waved her magic wand and abracadabra! Wilbur was a black cat once more. He came down from the tree purring. Then Winnie waved her magic wand again and again. Now, instead of a black house, she had a yellow house with a red roof and a red door. The chairs were white with red and white cushions. The carpet was green with pink roses. The bed was blue with pink and white sheets and pink blankets. The bath was a gleaming white. And now, Winnie can see Wilbur no matter where he sits. What a great ending. Orange and green and blue and yellow are cool colors for a house. Oh, and for a parrot. But not for a cat.
Oh, speaking of Pete, I've got to get some fresh birdseed for him.
Oh.
Will you keep him company while I'm gone?
Oh, sure. No problem.
Okay, I'll see you later then. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye. Bye-bye. Well, Pete, it looks like it's just the 2 of us. Oh, hey, I wonder if Pete'll sit on my finger. I could just open the door here for a second and see if he'll hop onto my hand. There we go. Oh, no! Oh, no, Pete! Pete, come back! Come back! Where'd you go? Oh, yikes! Oh, no! Oh, brother, I'm in trouble now. Oh, Mara! Mara! Something's happened! Mara! Mara! Oh, no!
Hey, Kino! Look who's here! Kino! Kino, where are you?
Oh, Mara! Mara! Something's happened. You see, I just opened the cage door and Pete and... hey! You have Pete! There he is!
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Well, Pete just met us at the door. Kino, Alan's here, and so is Allie and Zara and Shannon and Chris. We are going to read a story about a parrot, just like Pete.
Oh, great. Oh, brother, that was a close one. Phew.
Hi, Kino, and hi, Pete.
Hi, Ellen.
Well, this is Pete, and he is Lucy's pet. You know, I'm surprised you left him out of the cage.
Well, I mean, you see, I opened up the cage well, never mind. I'll tell you later.
Okay, Kino.
I'm never touching that cage again. Phew.
So does everybody still want to hear a story about a parrot?
Oh, please.
Oh, yes.
Then here we go. It's called The Last Time I Saw Harris, and it's from Frank Remkowitz. He wrote it. Gather in. Edmund's best friend was Harris. Edmund taught Harris many things. Most of all, they enjoyed playing color flashcards. The harder Edmund tapped, the more excited Harris became. He knew red, orange, yellow, green, and blue. When I teach him purple, he will know the whole color wheel, boasted Edmund. Mama was delighted. Perhaps he will become a great professor, she declared. I doubt it, said Papa. He'll probably just keep eating birdseed and learn a few more words. One day, tragedy struck when a fierce windstorm sucked Harris out the parlor window. Grief-stricken, Edmund would neither eat nor leave his bed. Each day, Mama rented a new parrot from a talent agency. Fine and dandy, sugar candy, da-da-dum-dum. You know that song. And then she said, so which one is the dummy? You put your right foot in, you take your right foot out. Oh, when those birds come marching in. Parrot of Spain, I adore you. Alas, none of them were skilled at playing color flashcards. Edmund grew pale and thin. Papa summoned the chauffeur. Higgins, he said, take the car and find Harris. He'll be the only parrot that knows the entire color wheel, except for purple. Very good, sir, said Higgins. Hearing this, Edmund leaped from his bed. He gobbled a bowl of clear broth and almond croissant stuffed with avocado, grabbed his flashcards, bounded into the car, and drove off with Higgins. They searched in large cities and undeveloped countrysides. Days passed and their journey grew longer. Driving while showing flashcards proved difficult, and at times, Higgins lightly dented various parts of the car. He always dutifully replaced them with similar panels from nearby auto wrecking yards. At times, it seemed they were on the brink of success, but it was not to be. Reluctantly, they began their long trip home. They were almost home when Higgins slightly dented the trunk. He replaced it with a lovely purple trunk from a nearby auto wrecking yard, after which he and Edmund stopped for a lunch under a large, shapely tree. Edmund's frustration was so great he could barely eat. They had tried so hard and traveled so far, he pounded the trunk with his fist as hard as he could. Purple! Came a shriek from the tree high above them. It was Harris. The happy trio rode home while Harris recited the entire set of flashcards over and over. What a joyous welcome. Mama searched for her guest list to plan a party. Edmund changed his clothes, and Higgins was allowed to take a nap. The end.
Oh, boy. I sure like happy endings when you're talking about lost parrots.
Gosh, aren't pets great to have? Do you have any pets, Helen?
I sure do. I have two dogs. I have a white Labrador Retriever, and I have a black little fuzzy mutt I got from the pound, and he's cute as can be.
Well, that sounds great.
Do you have a pet, Allie?
No,
No pets? Do you want a pet?
just a fish. just one fish.
Well, that's a pet. A fish
that's
is
a
a pet. Okay, and Zara, do you have any pets?
I have 2 dogs and 3 cats.
Wow, that's a lot of pets. That's good. Do you have any pets, Shannon?
Yeah, but they're not mine. I got fish, but they're pets, but they're not mine. They're my brother's.
Well, we'll just say they're yours for now.
And I got 2 dogs in the backyard. They're my friends.
Do you have any pets, Christopher?
I have a white fur and a red eyes rabbit.
A rabbit.
And mine.
Well, that's great.
Yeah, and we've got Pete right here who wants to talk to us. What do you have to say? Oh, he's reminding me. He's reminding me about the other story. That's right. Do you want to hear another story? Yeah. Do you want to hear a story about a friend who's sort of like a pet and sort of like a doll and sort of like a person too?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Sort of like a pet and a doll and a person, too? How can that be?
Well, all of your questions will be answered when we hear the story as we join our friend Meshach on a family trip to the library.
What's the answer, Meshach? Pet, person, or doll?
Well, I just happen to have the book that Mara and Kino were talking about, and it's called Eddie and Teddy. It's written and illustrated by Gus Clark. Now, why don't we try to find out what they're talking about that's kind of like a pet, kind of like a person, and kind of like a doll. Okay?
Okay.
Eddie and Teddy. Eddie and Teddy were the very best of friends. Wherever they went and whatever they did, they went and they did it together. They had been together for years and years. Eddie just couldn't remember a time when Teddy hadn't been there. They'd shared every moment. When Eddie had gone to see Santa Claus, Teddy had gone as well. And when Eddie fell off the kitchen table and banged his head, Teddy fell too. So one day, when Eddie went to big school and Mom said that Teddy should stay at home, Eddie was very upset. So was Teddy. But Eddie had lots of new things to do and people to meet. He soon cheered up. Teddy didn't. Mom tried everything. A story with a cuddle, a walk in the park to feed the ducks, even some of the very special pink medicine. But it didn't help. In the end, Mom could stand it no more and she sent him upstairs. She was very glad when it was time to pick up Eddie from school. So was Teddy. Eddie told him all about his day. And Mom told Eddie all about hers. Eddie felt very sorry for Teddy. That night, Mom had a word with Eddie's teacher. And the next day, when she took Eddie to school, Teddy went too. He was as good as gold and has been ever since, from that day to this. So what is this guy, this Teddy guy? Is he a friend? Is he a pet? Is he a toy? What is he?
All 3.
Yeah, you think so? What do you think? You think he's all 3? You have anything like that at home?
Yeah.
What is it?
A Jamaican doll.
Your Jamaican doll? Oh, okay, I know about that. How about you? You have anything like that?
Jamaican doll.
You're a Jamaican doll too? You both like those Jamaican dolls?
Gee, it's sort of a riddle and a story all in one.
What do you think, Kino? Was Teddy a pet, a doll, or a person?
Well, it seemed like he was a little bit of all 3. He looked a lot like a teddy bear doll, but he behaved like a pet, or even like he could have been Eddie's little brother.
You know, I had a teddy bear when I was little, And I really felt that he was like a real person, almost like a part of my family.
Oh, so did I, when I was very, very little, of course. His name is Fuzzy.
Well, there is one thing for certain. Eddie and Teddy were the best of friends. They were like family.
Oh, he's about this big, and his fur is sort of
Kino,
golden.
I think we,
But then, you see, I spilled some grape juice on him, and Mom had to wash him.
You know what? I think Meshach has another story, and it's about a family.
That's right. And he is ready to read it to his family right now.
Oh, see, then his ear fell off, and...
Kino.
Story? Oh, did I hear something about another story? Now? Oh, hey, wait for us, Meshach.
Okay, now the name of this book is One of Three by Angela Johnson with pictures by David Solman. One of three. Since I can remember, I've been one of three. Eva, Nikki, and me. One of three sisters that walked to school together, down the street together. One of the three in the sun and the rain. I'm one of the three that lives in apartment number 2, has long hair and brown eyes, and can sometimes play hopscotch by the trash cans, if I ask, for a long time. On Saturdays, I'm one of the three that sits outside the bakery and looks and smells and smells. I'm one of the three that squeezes into the taxi on snowy days with Mama, Aunt Sarah, and Grandma. And it's warm there. I'm one of the three that looks just like our Mama, smiles just like our Daddy, and holds hands with my sisters in the store, looking like triplets, almost. I'm one of the three that likes the subway, the people on it, and the way our feet hang over the seats. I'm one of three who lives over the flower shop. Mr. Lowen still gets all our names wrong, but he gives us each a daisy every time. We walk down the street like stair steps, and I'm in front. Sometimes Eva and Nikki say I'm not invited to go with them, not to the park, the store, or sometimes even for a walk. I'm left behind. Not one of three, just one. Then Mama calls me sister and says I'm too little to go there or do that, so maybe I just want to help her paint or read to her. Daddy says that I have to be the baby sometimes and keep Mama and him company, just sometimes. I miss Eva and Nikki and me. But when it's just Mama and Daddy and me, it's a different kind of three. And that's fine too. All right. So what does that remind you of?
Yasmin and Tariq.
Yeah? When Yasmin goes to visit her friends sometime and leaves you behind?
Yeah.
And then when you go and visit your friends and leave Tariq behind. So it kind of makes you feel bad sometimes when you get left behind, doesn't it? So, you too? You don't get left behind anymore. You always go.
Oh, gosh, that was a good story. You know, when I was little, I sometimes wasn't allowed to do things because I was too little. That really bugged me.
Well, I think everybody goes through that when they're little.
Oh, I just realized something. Pete's still out of his cage. I gotta put him back before Lucy gets here. Oh, no, not again! Pete, come back! Pete, come back! Come back to me!
Hi, everybody. Oh, boy, that's my Pete. He always knows when I've got him a treat.
Oh, Pete! You sure know how to scare a guy. Phew.
I could swear Pete's cage was closed when I left.
Oh, gosh, me too. Well, actually, what I meant to say was, you see, the cage was closed when you left, but I wanted to see if Pete would sit on my finger, see? So I opened the door and he came out.
Oh. Well, that's okay, Kino. As long as you keep a close eye on him, I don't mind. But next time, please ask me, okay?
Oh, yep, sure. Whew.
Hey, listen, let's not forget our story picks for today. We've got some great ones.
Oh, yeah. First, here's a book that's really close to my heart and to Fuzzy's. It's called Where's My Teddy?
And I would like to recommend Job for Watilda. Just like Winnie, Watilda has a fondness for broomsticks and cats. Well, that's all for today. Thank you so much, Ellen, for coming by.
Thank you.
And thank you, Allie and Zara and Shannon and Christopher.
Oh, and thanks for saying it was okay to let Pete out, Lucy. I was afraid you'd be mad at me.
Oh, not at all, Kino. Especially since you told me the truth as soon as I got back. The truth always feels better, doesn't it?
Yeah, and that's no lie.
Well, goodbye, everybody. And until next time,
Keep a story in your heart. So long, my little pajaritos.
bye-bye.
Today's Storytime books are Winnie the Witch by Corky Paul and Valerie Thomas, The Last Time I Saw Harris by Frank Remkowitz, Eddie and Teddy by Gus Clark, One of Three by Angela Johnson, pictures by David Soman, Where's My Teddy by Jez Albro, and A Job for Watilda by Carolyn and Mark Buhner. You can find these and other books at your local library.
Major funding for Storytime is made possible by a grant from Helen and Peter Bing, so that families everywhere can share the joy of reading with their children. Additional funding is provided by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, by the annual financial support from viewers like you, and by the National Endowment for Children's Educational Television. Storytime is a production of KCET Los Angeles.
This is TBS.
What's a story, amigos? This is Kino with some cool stories for today's story time.
In our first story, 3 baby owls wonder what happened to their mommy.
I think she's gone hunting, said Sarah. To get us our food, said Percy. I want my mommy, said Bill.
It's double trouble when a magical pot produces 2 of everything.
Naturally, he took hold of the ankles and pulled. Out came a second person.
Then Patricia Richardson reads a story about a little bird in search of a mother.
Oh, Mrs. Giraffe, he cried. You are yellow, just like me. Are you my mother?
Major funding for Storytime is made possible by a grant from Helen and Peter Bing, so that families everywhere can share the joy of reading with their children. Additional funding is provided by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, by the annual financial support from viewers like you, and by the National Endowment for Children's Educational Television. Sarah and Percy and Bill. They lived in a hole in the trunk of the tree with their owl mother. The whole had 3 baby owls.
Oh, hi, Kino. You're earlier than usual today.
Yeah.
Is something wrong?
No.
Really?
Oh, sure. Everything's fine.
So how come you're so early today?
Well, my mom and dad had to go away on a trip, so I'm staying with my Aunt Isabel for 3 nights.
So she brought you here.
Yeah. She wanted to go to the shoe store, and I didn't want to do that, so here I am.
Well, you and your Aunt Isabel are great friends, aren't you?
Oh, sure. She's funny. She can wiggle her ears, and she makes me mashed potatoes and oatmeal cookies with raisins, and she has 2 cats and a special drawer full of toys for me to play with.
That sounds terrific.
Uh-huh.
But you still miss your mom and dad, don't you?
Oh, I don't know. I'm too old for that.
Well, I was just reading this letter from my daughter Susanna. She lives far, far away, and I miss her very, very much. I don't think I'll ever be too old to miss Susanna.
You won't?
No, never. She's always in my heart. And you know, I think your mom and dad miss you right now just as much as you miss them.
You think so?
I know so.
You know, my sister and I heard what you were saying, and we have a book we think you really like. My mom read it to us once when she was going away on a trip.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh. Would you like to hear it?
Well, sure.
Okay. It's called Owl Babies, and it's written by Martin Waddell and illustrated by Patrick Benson. Once there were 3 baby owls, Sarah and Percy and Bill. They lived in a hole in the trunk of a tree with their owl mother. The hole had twigs and leaves and owl feathers in it. It was their house. One night, they woke up and their owl mother was gone. "Where's Mommy?" said Sarah. "Oh my goodness," said Percy. "I want my mommy," said Bill. The baby owls thought, "All owls think a lot." "I think she's gone hunting," said Sarah. "To get us our food," said Percy. "I want my mommy," said Bill. But the owl mother didn't come. The baby owls came out of their house and they sat on a tree and waited. A big branch for Sarah, a small branch for Percy, and an old piece of ivy for Bill. "She'll be back," said Sarah. "Back soon," said Percy. "I want my mommy," said Bill. It was dark in the woods, and they had to be brave, for things moved all around them. "She'll bring us mice and things that are nice," said Sarah. "I suppose so," said Percy. "I want my mommy," said Bill. They sat and they thought. All owls think a lot. "I think we should all sit on my branch," said Sarah. And they did, all 3 together. "Suppose she got lost," said Sarah. "Or a fox got her," said Percy. I want my mommy, said Bill. And the baby owls closed their owl eyes and wished their owl mother would come. And she came. Soft and silent, she swooped through the trees to Sarah and Percy and Bill. Mommy, they cried, and they flapped, and they danced, and they bounced up and down on their branch. What's all the fuss? Their owl mother asked. You knew I'd come back. The baby owls thought. All owls think a lot. I knew it, said Sarah. And I knew it, said Percy. I love my mommy, said Bill.
Oh, that was a wonderful story, Elena.
I loved it when my mom read it to me. It made me feel better about her trip. How about you, Kino?
Oh, yep. I feel a lot better. My mom will be back soon, and so will my dad. And meanwhile, I can pig out on mashed potatoes and oatmeal cookies with raisins.
Right.
Yeah. Kino, that's funny.
You know what else I can do? I can play with Aunt Isabel's cats and also her special drawer full of toys.
Oh, right again.
Glad I thought of that. But you know, I think I'd feel even better after another story.
Oh, is that so?
Yeah.
Well, I see Kelly's here, so why don't we go over and ask her to read to us? Come on.
Oh, yeah. Come on.
Hi, Kelly. Hi, Desmond.
Hey, hi, everybody. Hi, Desmond.
Hi.
You know, Kino's mom and dad are away on a trip and he misses them. So we just read the most wonderful story about 3 little owls who miss their mom, too.
Except I'm not little. But I still miss my mom and dad, which is okay because Lucy misses Susanna. That's her daughter.
Well, here's a funny idea. What do you think it would be like to have 2 moms and 2 dads? So when one mom and dad were away, you still have another mom and dad.
You mean another mom and dad exactly the same as mom and dad?
Exactly the same.
Wow, that could get confusing. But maybe it'd be great. Maybe I'd get twice as much pizza because I could ask mom number 1 for pizza for breakfast, and mom number 2 for pizza for lunch, and dad number 1 for pizza for dinner, and dad number 2 for...
Well, I brought a story about what it would be like to have 2 of everything. Shall we find out?
Yeah, let's.
Okay, here we go. It's a story, and it's called 2 of Everything, and it was written by Lily Toy Hong. Once, long ago, in a humble little hut, lived Mr. Hacktack and his wife, Mrs. Hacktack. They were old and very poor. What little they ate came from their tiny garden. In a lucky year, when the harvest was plentiful, Mr. Hacktack had a little extra to take to the village. There he traded turnips, potatoes, and other vegetables for clothing, lamp oil, and fresh seeds. One spring morning, when Mr. Hacktack was digging in his garden, his shovel struck something hard. Puzzled, he dug deeper into the dark ground until he came upon an ancient pot made of brass. How odd, said Mr. Hacktack to himself. To think I have been digging here all these years and never came upon this pot before. I will take it home. Maybe Mrs. Hacktack can find some use for it. The pot was big and heavy for old Mr. Hacktack. As he stumbled along, his purse, which contained his last 5 gold coins, fell to the ground. He tossed it into the pot for safekeeping and staggered home. His wife greeted him at the door. "Dear husband, what a strange pot." Mr. Hacktack explained how he found the pot. "I wonder what we can do with it," said Mrs. Hacktack. "It's too large to cook in and too small to bathe in." As Mrs. Hacktack leaned over to peer into the pot, her hairpin, the only one she owned, fell in. She felt around in the pot, and suddenly her eyes grew round with surprise. "Look," she shouted, "I've pulled out 2 hairpins, exactly alike, and 2 purses, too." Sure enough, the purses were identical, and so were the hairpins. Inside each purse were 5 gold coins. Mr. Hacktack was so excited he jumped up and down. "Let's put my winter coat inside the pot. If we're lucky again, the pot will make 2 coats. And then we can both stay warm." So into the pot went 1 coat, and out came 2 coats. They began to search the house and quickly put more things into the magical pot. "If we only had some meat," wished Mr. Hacktack, "or fresh fruit, or 1 delicious sweet cake." Mrs. Hacktack smiled. "I know how we can get anything we want," she said. She put their 10 coins into 1 purse and threw it into the pot. She pulled out 2 purses with 10 coins in each. "What a clever wife I have," cried Mr. Hacktack. "Each time we do this, we will have twice as much money as before." The Hacktacks worked late into the night, filling and emptying the pot until the floor was covered with coins. Morning came, and off went Mr. Hacktack with a long list of things to buy in the village. Instead of vegetables, his basket was full of gold coins. Mrs. Hacktack finished all of her chores and sat down to enjoy a cup of tea. She sipped her tea and admired the brass pot. Then, with a grateful heart, she knelt and embraced it. "Dear pot, I do not know where you came from, but you are my best friend." She stooped over the pot to look inside. At that very moment, Mr. Hacktack returned. His arms were so full of packages, he had to kick the door open. Bang! Mrs. Hacktack was so startled, she lost her balance and fell head first into the pot. Mr. Hacktack ran over and grabbed his wife's legs. He pulled and tugged until she slid out onto the floor. But when he looked again at the pot, he gasped. 2 more legs were sticking out of it. Whoa. Naturally, he took hold of the ankles and pulled. Out came a second person. She looked exactly like his wife. The new Mrs. Hacktack sat silently on the floor looking lost. But the first Mrs. Hacktack cried, "I am your one and only wife. Put that woman back into the pot right now." Mr. Hacktack yelled, "No. If I put her back into the pot, we will not have 2 women, but 3. 1 wife is enough for me." He backed away from his angry wife and tripped and fell head first into the pot himself.
Oh, no.
Both Mrs. Hacktacks rushed over to rescue him. Each grasped an ankle, and together they pulled him out. There were 2 more legs in the pot, so they pulled out the other Mr. Hacktack, too. "Just what use does one Mr. Hacktack have for another?" Mr. Hacktack cried angrily. "This pot is not as wonderful as we thought it to be. Now even our troubles are beginning to double." But his wife had been thinking while he was yelling. "Calm down," she said. "It's good that the other Mrs. Hack-Tack has her own Mr. Hack-Tack. Perhaps we'll become the best of friends. After all, we are so alike. He will be a brother to you, and she a sister to me. With our pot, we can make 2 of everything. So there will be plenty to go around. And that was what they did. The Hack-Tacks built 2 fine new homes. Each house had identical teapots, rice bowls, silk embroideries, and bamboo furniture. From the outside, the houses looked exactly alike, but there was one difference. Hidden in one house was a big brass pot. Of course, they were always careful not to fall into it again. The new Hack-Tacks and the old Hack-Tacks did become good friends. The neighbors thought that the Hack-Tacks had grown so rich that they decided to have 2 of everything. Even themselves.
Wow, that was terrific. And everything turned out okay, huh?
I guess so. But I don't know, Kino. I don't think I would want 2 of everything. I think you were right. It would get too confusing.
Yeah, come to think of it, it'd be pretty weird if there were 2 of me. Maybe I'd only get half as much pizza. That'd be terrible.
And other people wouldn't know who they were talking to, the first you or the second you.
Hey, yeah. And maybe I wouldn't know either because I wouldn't know which me I was, the first me or the second me. Yikes, this is giving me a headache already.
See, Kino, you were right. It's too confusing.
Oh, it sure is. But you know, I think both of the stories that we've read so far show you how important it is to have someone special, a special friend or a special person to be with. And for the owl babies, it was their mom.
Right, and for Mr. and Mrs. Hack-Tack, it was each other.
And I have my mom and dad and all my friends here, too.
You sure do. And now here's a story about a little bird named Choco who didn't have a mom and tried to find himself one. Now, our friend Patricia is going to read it to us, so why don't we drop in on her now, okay?
You bet. Hey, we're on our way.
We have about a half an hour left.
Let's read a book.
You want to read a book? Okay. Here it is. Look, it's called A Mother for Choco, and it's by Keiko Kaza. Can you say that?
Keiko Kaza.
That's right. Okay. Choco was a little bird who lived all alone. He wished he had a mother, but who could his mother be? One day, he set off to find her. First, Choco met Mrs. Giraffe. "Oh, Mrs. Giraffe," he cried, "you are yellow just like me. Are you my mother?" "I'm sorry," sighed Mrs. Giraffe, "but I don't have wings like you." Next, Choco met Mrs. Penguin. "Oh, Mrs. Penguin," he cried, "you have wings just like me. Are you my mother?" "I'm sorry," sighed Mrs. Penguin, "but I don't have big round cheeks like you." Then Choco met Mrs. Walrus. "Oh, Mrs. Walrus," he cried, "you have big round cheeks just like me. Are you my mother?" "Now look," grumped Mrs. Walrus, "I don't have striped feet like you, so don't bother me." No matter where Choco searched, he couldn't find a mother who looked just like him. When Choco saw Mrs. Bear picking apples, he knew that she couldn't be his mother. Mrs. Bear didn't look like him at all. Choco was so sad that he started to cry. "Mommy, Mommy, I need a mommy." Mrs. Bear came running to see what was the matter. As she listened to Choco's story, she sighed, "Oh, dear, if you had a mommy, what would she do? Oh, I'm sure that she would hold me, sobbed Choco. Like this? Asked Mrs. Bear, and she held Choco very tight. Yes, and I'm sure that she would kiss me too, said Choco. Like this? Asked Mrs. Bear, and she lifted Choco up and she gave him a big kiss.
Kiss.
Yes, and I'm sure that she would sing and dance with me to cheer me up, said Choco. Like
Look
this?
down back on the wind.
Yes, and they're singing and dancing together. When they stopped to rest, Mrs. Bear turned to Choco and said, Choco, maybe I could be your mother. You? Choco cried. But you aren't yellow, and you don't have wings or big round cheeks
Hello?
or striped feet like me. My goodness, said Mrs. Bear, that would make me look very funny. Choco thought it was funny, too. Well, said Mrs. Bear, my other children are waiting for me at home. Why don't you join us for apple pie, Choco? Apple pie sounded wonderful to Choco, so off they went. When they arrived, Mrs. Bear's other children rushed out to greet her. Choco, said Mrs. Bear, meet Hippie, Allie, and Piggy. I am their mother, too. The sweet smell of apple pie and the sound of laughter soon filled Mrs. Bear's home. After their delicious treat, Mrs. Bear gave all her children a big, warm hug. And Choco was very happy that his new mommy looked just the way she did. What do you think?
That was a good book.
You like it?
Yeah.
Yeah? What's your favorite part?
Let me show you.
Okay.
The bear part.
The bear part?
All the bear parts.
All the bear parts.
Yep.
It's nice when Mrs. Bear turns up in his life, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh, boy, that was a great story. You know, that mother bear was a great mom to a bird and a hippopotamus and a pig and even to an alligator.
Well, I think the most important thing a mother does is love you. Don't you, Kino?
Yeah, I know my mom loves me, and I guess I love her, too.
What? What was that, Kino?
Oh, I love her. I do. And my dad, too.
Of course you do. And you know what? I think your Aunt Isabel loves you, too. And she'll make a wonderful mother until your own mother gets back.
Yep. And her oatmeal cookies are awesome.
Well, should we tell everyone about our story picks for this week?
Oh, yeah, sure, Lucy. I'll tell you what. You start, and I'll finish.
Okay. I'd like to recommend a book I bought for my daughter, Susanna, so she could read it to her daughter, Hannah. That makes Hannah my granddaughter. The book is called This Quiet Lady, and it's about a little girl who discovers that her mother was once a little girl, too.
Oh, and Lucy, I found a book I want to read with my mom when she gets back. Maybe we'll even cuddle up for this one. It's called On Mother's Lap. It's one of my favorite places when I was little, of course.
Oh, that's a wonderful book, Kino. Well, thank you, Kelly, and thank you, Elena, and all the rest of you. And until next time, when Kino's mom and dad will be back home safe and sound, and Kino will be stuffed with delicious mashed potatoes and oatmeal cookies.
Oh, don't forget the raisins.
Oh, delicious mashed potatoes and oatmeal cookies with raisins.
Keep a story in your heart. Bye, everybody.
Today's Storytime books are Owl Babies by Martin Waddell, illustrated by Patrick Benson. Two of Everything by Lily Toy Hong. A Mother for Choco by Keiko Kaza. This Quiet Lady by Charlotte Zolotow and Anita Lobel. And On Mother's Lap by Anne Herbert Scott, illustrated by Chloe Colson. You can find these and other books at your local library.
Major funding for Storytime is made possible by a grant from Helen and Peter Bing, so that families everywhere can share the joy of reading with their children. Additional funding is provided by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting. By the annual financial support from viewers like you. And by the National Endowment for Children's Educational Television. Storytime is a production of KCET Los Angeles.